So let's look at this. We are going to use a drum rack instead of using impulse. When I look at the drum racks, there's a whole bunch of drum racks I can use. The first few are based on classic drum machines from the 1980s before you were born. This is those kind of hip-hop kind of sounding things. The 909 is something which is used a lot in dance music. So we are going to use it for the purposes of what we're going to try now. We're going to take this 909, drag it to a MIDI, empty MIDI channel, right? We can hear the different sounds up. So this this sounds a bit more like electronic dance music, which you may or may not be interested in, but hear me out. This is going to be, I'm going to double click and I'm going to actually start putting in the notes using the pencil. So remember in the top right hand corner there's a pencil. There's also a shortcut key which is B. B for Bravo. I don't know why B for pencil. Does anybody know why B? Oh, I know why. Because some pencils are 2B, some are 4B, right? So when you have B, you have a pencil. It just suddenly occurred to me. So here you have, I've double clicked and I've got an empty clip here. Now on this empty clip, when I scroll over it, I can drag it up and down until I see at the bottom, there is a kick. If my little headphone here is on, when I click on this scale here, I'll be able to hear what it is. Okay, I'm switching on the pencil by pressing B, and then now I will draw in. Now this, if you have not realized yet, this 4 units, 1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, is as if you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 4/4 beat. So your beat sounds like this. Wait. Let me silence the other one. I'm going to delete the thing I created last time. Okay. By the way, I don't need my metronome anymore because this I'm programming it in. It will always be on time. So looking at this example that I have, I'm now going to put in the next layer from the bottom, which is the snare. The snare is at the 1.2 and the 1.4. It missed again. Now, I just showed you something, right? If I click on it a second time, it disappears. Okay, so it's... okay, so now I actually have a boom chak, boom chak. But dance music is never just boom chak, it's boom chicka baka chaka, boom chicka chaka, right? So where's the chicka chicka from? These are all technical terms. I'm going to have to put it in according to this, the whole line. Now, you look at the bottom right corner. Nicely, it says 1/16, which means that this 1, 2, 3, 4 is divided into 16ths. 1/16. Remember your primary school mathematics fractions. And so you will be able to hear 16 of these things when you click on it. Now, if your grid is not 1/16, it's maybe 1/32 or 1/8, you can always fix that by right-clicking and choosing which grid you want. So right now, I am nicely in 1/16. I want the 16th because it's the most convenient. So if I want to draw a whole row of hi-hat, which is this sound, I just need to click and drag because I'm still in my pencil, as if you were drawing a pencil across. So now it goes, wow. But in between, it's also, because this is house music, right? House music has not just boom chicka chaka chicka, it's a boom chicka boom. It's got a boom somewhere. That's the tom. It's the low tom. And the low tom happens to be in between, just before the 1.2. So it's like here. Oh, there we go. And there's another one, just before the 1.4. Did I miss out anything? What else do I need? What else do I need in this thing? Whoops, I moved it. I need something else. Let me scroll up with the scroll up. I need the last one. What have I missed out? Can you all see? Have I missed out something? I did the kick, the snare, the tom, the close hat. Open hat. The open hat. I need the open hat. At the same time, the tom comes on. And just before the 1.3. So this sounds like not bad, huh? It's almost like house music. Now, if you look further down the list, you will see that there's different tempos. A house music tempo should be somewhere between 115 to 130. And this being 2018, most of them will be at 128. So you can see the different types of timing. If you want to have different beats, there is a link here. Okay, there's a link to example of a beat, subaqueousmusic.com. You can show a whole bunch of different other kinds of drum loops. Some of you have been trying drum and bass, hip hop, jazz, so you can see different templates, different examples you can learn from. Now, I want to show you one more thing from here, which is actually bringing you to part 4. Part 4 says that you can develop the beat. So right now I have this clip, right? I'm going to right click it and I'm going to rename. I'll rename this full beat. Full beat. I'm also going to right click and copy. Right click and copy. Then I'm going to go to the next slot and I'm going to paste. Right click and paste. Control C and Control V, by the way, also apply. And I'm going to paste. And I'm going to go down some more. And I'm going to paste. So I've got 4 copies now. The second one, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to take away all the hi-hats. So I'll rename it no hat. The third one, I'm going to take away the kick. I'll rename it no kick. And the last one, wait, I need to actually take away the kick. Not just say the where. Here we go. Then the last one, I'm going to take away the no kick, no hat. I'm going to take away the hat. And I'm going to take away the kick. The reason why my screen looks so big is because I zoomed in. Take away the kick. And then now I have one thing else. If you see how this works, remember in the previous part of this, you actually learned that you could actually do a session record by clicking on the circle. Now you can actually record an entire sequence of beats. So you can actually vary the beat. So you could actually have it like this. So when I stop and I go to arrangement view, I used the wrong record button, right? Yeah, sorry. I used the wrong record button. Hey, wrong record button. Okay, I should have used the black record button. Thank you, Sean. Black record button. Okay, so when I go to arrangement view, you can see I've got the whole thing there, right? When I click on the orange button here, the back to arrangement view, pop, I've got an entire, I'm going to zoom in. I've got an entire variety, a sequence of beats. And this is how you can build up entire songs. So please try it on your own with the beats first. And as you, this being the last part of the session this morning, you can imagine you can also do the same thing with other instruments. So next week when we come back, we're going to do with other instruments. If you want to try on your own during the week, go ahead. Try with other instruments layering on top of this. But this is how you can basically create entire strings of stuff. Next week, we'll teach you other methods to record direct straight into arrangement view. But for this moment, just try it out like this. Varieties, variations on a theme. Okay?